Hi, Mr. Ortiz. Thank you for meeting with me today. How are you and Miss T doing?
We're doing alright, thank you. She's been having some good days, some harder ones.
Can you tell me more about that?
I just feel like she's been coughing a lot more.
Well, I'm glad to hear that she's at least having some good days. And today, I want to spend a little extra time walking you through her swallowing results and exactly how you can help her at home. So hopefully, those bad days will get better. I know you've been doing so much already, and these steps will give you more tools and make eating and drinking safer for her.
That would be great.
Okay, so first let's go over what we learned from Miss T's swallow test. And that test is called a Modified Barium Swallow Study, or MBS. We gave her foods and liquids mixed with safe, chalky liquid that shows up on an x-ray. That let us see exactly what's happening inside her mouth and throat when she swallows. Here is her actual MBS. Let's look at it together and then we'll talk about it after. There's no sound, no audio, so you just have to pay attention to these parts in here. She's having a mildly thick liquid right now. That's her second teaspoon. If you see, that's the liquid that she's trying to swallow. See how it's kind of stuck in there? This is a thin liquid. And she coughs on her own. But if you see, there's still a little bit of residue in her throat. And this is applesauce. That's when they told her that she should cough stronger. And she coughs on her own. That's a little bit thicker, this liquid that she's swallowing. See, it's still stuck in there. See that it's saying to do it stronger now, and that seems to help a little bit. Doesn't remove all of it, but it definitely helps. Okay, so that is what we saw on her swallow study. So, this is an anatomy of the oral. Well, we have swallowing. We swallow in 3 different phases. So the oral phase, the pharyngeal phase, and the esophageal phase. Miss T is having the most trouble in the pharyngeal phase. That's when our food and liquid pass to the back of the mouth, through the throat, into the esophagus. Her swallow is delayed, meaning the food sometimes reaches her throat before her muscles are ready to close the airway.
So that's why she's coughing sometimes?
Exactly. The MBS showed that small amounts of liquid were going in her airway before the swallow started, and that's called penetration. In a few cases, the liquid went all the way into the airway, which is aspiration. That's why we have to be extra careful, because aspiration can lead to dangerous things like pneumonia. Think of a swallow like a carefully timed dance. The tongue, the throat muscles, and the airway have to work in perfect sync with each other. Right now, Miss T's dance partners aren't showing up on time, and so the door to her airway isn't closing in time. So let me show you again. So here is the tongue, and we use that to push food back. And here is the trap door, which is called the epiglottis, and that flips down to protect your airway from food and liquids. And the muscles in her throat that squeeze the food downward. We're going to use some exercises and some swallowing strategies to help her muscles move earlier, squeeze harder, and keep the airway closed longer. So, the first technique we're going to learn, you can take that, actually we'll hold it together, is called the effortful swallow. So this is a step-by-step kind of reminder of what you need to do with Miss T. So when she takes a sip or a bite of something, we want her to imagine she's swallowing like a big golf ball. So if you think about that, the extra effort makes the muscles in the throat work harder and helps to push everything down cleanly.
How do I know if she's doing it right?
That is a great question. You'll see the neck muscles tighten a little more, and sometimes her eyebrows will scrunch because she's putting in effort. Let's try it together. So if you can, take a sip of your water. We'll do it at the same time. So I'm going to show you, I'll do it first. I'll show you this swallow that you want to achieve. It's got to be really hard. You want to try it?
Sure.
Nice job. Nice job. So you feel how everything squeezes in your throat? That's what we're aiming for. Now, Miss T might not get it perfectly at first, but you can encourage her by saying like big swallow in a clear voice. And always make sure she's sitting upright, her feet flat on the floor if possible, and her chin slightly down. So if you want to try it again, let's try it one more time. Remember to keep your chin down, straight up. Just like that. Thank you. As I said, she might not get it perfectly at first, and just you have to give her those reminders and cues. Okay, so the second strategy we're going to talk about and what I'd like you to do with Miss T is the Mendelssohn maneuver. So, as it says, you take a sip, start to swallow, finish the swallow, breathe and relax. So, specifically, this one's a little trickier, but it's really effective. So, when we swallow, the larynx, or like your voice box, lifts up and forward. The Mendelssohn teaches you to hold it there for like 2 to 3 seconds before letting it drop. This keeps the airway closed longer and gives more time for food and liquid to go down. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay, so we can take a sip again, or you know what, let's not. Let's just swallow regularly and feel where your Adam's apple is when you swallow. Do you feel it moving up and down? Okay. So when you swallow, you'll feel it go up and you hold it there for 2 to 3 seconds before you let it go. So if you want to try that, it might be a little difficult for you or for Miss T, but we'll practice together. So try to swallow and hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. I'll count it for you. 2, 3, hold. It's not easy. It definitely is not easy. And it might feel a little funny, but did you feel it lift?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Okay. Good. Now we're gonna swallow again, just to practice. So with Miss T, you can understand what to do. And it's okay for you, when you're teaching her, to actually put your hand or your fingers on her, it's not her Adam's apple, but where her Adam's apple would be. And it's okay to say, hold, hold, hold. Something to cue her that she has to hold. You want to try it one more time? Okay. So swallow, hold, 2, 3. Okay. So, okay. So when she goes home, the MBS shows that she does best with soft, moist foods and slightly thickened liquids. Those move more slowly and give her muscles extra time. So these are some things to be mindful of. So some safe textures are here: pureed, thick liquid, soft mashed, and moist. And these risky textures: hard, crunchy, coarse, and mixed consistency. So like peas with sweet potatoes. So she can do the risky textures, but she has to be monitored. But at small bites, small sips. And I'd like you to try guiding her through the strategies. So Miss T is here. I would like you to try with the effortful swallow, if you can. So Miss T is right here.
Okay, Miss T. Big swallow.
Perfect. You gave her a clear short cue. Now for the Mendelssohn, put your fingers on her neck and say hold, and wait for the lift and say hold, hold, hold.
All right. Big swallow. Hold, hold, hold. Good job.
That's exactly it. But next time she doesn't have to do a big swallow first. All you say is, you give her the food, and when she swallows, you just say hold, hold, hold. And at the beginning, I think you should definitely put your fingers on her throat to guide her through. So at home, I think we should aim for 5 to 10 practice swallows with each strategy, and at least twice a day, preferably before meals. just so she's used to it before she's eating. So I know that was a lot, and it's a lot to take in, but you're already doing such a great job for her, helping swallow. Every swallow you guide her through is another step towards safer eating. But one thing I did want to mention is when you are doing these swallow strategies, if she's having a hard time, if you see that she's choking or coughing more than normal, then you can stop, and then you should reach out to me, and then we can figure something else out. Okay, so how are you feeling? Are you feeling a little more confident?
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident with this. Thank you.
I'm so glad. That's my goal. I'm gonna leave you with the 3 handouts of the safe textures, the risky textures, the Mendelssohn maneuver, and effortful swallow. And when you're at home, you can leave them, by the table or somewhere close by where you can check off right here if you see that she's doing all of the things. So we'll check back in a week to see how she's doing with the new techniques. And you're not alone in this. I'm here to support both of you.